Morning. All right. Let's actually share a different screen here. Okay. All right. Just going to wait here a few moments and see if we can get some more folks to join us before we get started. In the meantime, you can take a look at the risk disclosure that I have displayed on the screen. Just going to give folks here a few minutes. So just a couple of changes I'm going to do here, guys, in order to accommodate more instruments. So I'm going to be adding RBOB and Platinum to the list of analysis, and I'm going to be dropping YM. Okay, YM is going to be the one that I guess is going to get dropped out of the list of analysis here. If I do have some time at the end and I do have people who are still interested in YM, I will do that at the tail end. I'm going to try to keep this to no more than an hour. Okay. I want to take this I don't want to take this too much further than the open of the equity market. Okay. So we'll keep it to that. And like I said, if I do have some time here, that will be covered at that point. Okay, but it's going to be on a, how we say, on a opportunity basis, right? As the opportunity arises and I have time to support it, I will. Otherwise, we'll just keep it to the six that I mentioned: Nasdaq, ES, RBOB, Platinum, gold, and crude oil. Okay. All right. So again, just to kind of paraphrase what's being said here in the risk disclosure, guys. Again, the market trader and its affiliates basically is here to you are to treat the information I'm providing here as general information. None of the information by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor, and that we should be using risk capital money that we can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used. Okay. Nothing again contained here is a solicitation to offer to buy, sell options, futures, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. Hey, Shark. All right. So now let's go ahead and we'll stop and start up the other page here. So we're going to take a look at news here. Hey, Ms. Circle. So we're going to go ahead to take a look at the economic calendar here and see what the economic calendar holds for us today. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and filter it down for two 2-star and 3-star events for US. Okay. Yeah, so pretty light, I would say, in the way of news here. We just had the Empire State Manufacturing Index come in. Looks like it came in positive. And then we have a couple of members of FOMC speaking here at noon Eastern and 1 p.m. Eastern. That always has the impact of anytime any FOMC member speaks, has the potential of moving the markets. Okay. The last one here, and it's not listed, but it's something that obviously I want to remind everyone of, is that we have the I'm not sure. Last time. The one thing that the last thing I want to kind of call out here is the option expiration. Okay, option expiration at 10 a.m. daily. Okay, that's something else that could also impact you or impact the markets. All right. So again, pretty light in the way of news today. So hopefully the markets will react. But as with any Monday, you want to be patient. Let the market kind of digest, um, and get the market participants who move markets very much involved in the market before we make any serious positions. Okay, so Mondays is kind of like a, how you say, kind of like a boxer in a ring, right? They got to feel each other out a little bit before they start to take the match in earnest, boxing match in earnest. Okay, all right. So with that said, let's go ahead and start with the charts. Okay, I already have gold on my chart here. We're going to go ahead and expand it. So again, guys, the way we're going to do this is we're going to go, gold, platinum, is as kind of a pair. Okay, kind of like you can think of it as Nasdaq and ES, right? So we're going to go gold, platinum, um, crude oil, RBOB, and then we'll close out with Nasdaq and the ES. Okay. All right. So here we are. Actually, we're gonna take a quick peek here at the weekly chart. Since it's the start of the week, I always like to at least take a peek and see what's the general direction. What is the market trying to do in that particular instrument? And as you can see here, it seems like we are, in some sort of consolidation here, right? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, seems like we're in some sort of consolidation. Again, we're starting the week, as part of this price structure here, right? No real definitive up or down, just a kind of horizontal, overlapping, bullish and bearish candles. Okay. In an otherwise, if you look to the prior, it's in an otherwise, uptrend. Okay. So weekly chart, not telling us too much than what we're already seeing in the otherwise seen in the daily. All right, so daily is also telling us the same kind of thing. We are kind of in this overlapping price structure, okay, and an otherwise up move. Okay, we have a developing bearish candle, not quite an engulfing, um, more like, not even sure it's a piercing, more of a Harami, I would say, Harami candle, just inside, but not quite through the entire range. Now, this candle is still very much developing. All right, so we won't know exactly what kind of candle. Now, again, I've kind of highlighted this area before, but as long as price can stay above this range, right, then we always hold out that the possibility of price, continuing higher. Okay. Once we break, assuming or if we break below, then it opens up these prices, this area here. Okay, for price to kind of travel, because I don't see anything in its way. We go from balance, okay, to trend, back to balance. Okay, so if we break, then this is the next likely location for price to move. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. All right, so we're going to turn some of this off here. Move our arrow over. We're going to try to expand as much of this as we can. All right, so for our chart, really not telling us much different than what we're seeing in the daily and the weekly. Okay, right, we're kind of in this consolidation range. If the most recent move, I guess, the most recent break of any sort of structure has been down, okay, we can say that, right? You can see that we broke price here and here to the downside. Now we're kind of reacting away from a demand zone that we have on both the weekly and the daily. We have technically not made any sort of new high, okay? So the only really new of anything has been to the downside. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, again, if we do break below this 2312.4, maybe as low as 2300, okay, then that could tell for further priced action to move lower, okay. If we hold here and are able to break, say, above what is this, 2360, okay, then we hold the opportunity, we open up the opportunity for price to head back up to 2400, okay. So right now it's a matter of which one of these levels are going to be broken first, right? Are we going to break the upside, or are we going to break the downside? Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at right here on the 4-hour, 30-minute chart. All right, so okay, so over the weekend we've had some price action headed lower. We've come into this area over here. We're below a lot of the measures, okay, that we use to evaluate where we stand, okay. So we're below settlement price, we're below VWAP, we're below our 233-day EMA, and we have a developing bullish candle here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn on initial balance. Okay, right. So there's our initial balance range. Okay, in gray. Oh no, yeah, in blue. Okay, sorry. So that's our initial balance range. Now, let's before I talk hypos, let's go ahead and locate our volume profile. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to select fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the 830 bar, okay, 830 bar from Friday, and then drag that across to the 430 bar. And so price is technically below, all right, technically below value, meaning that the bears are in control. Now, notice that this value range is very much inside the initial balance range from Friday. Okay, we did have a swing lower, and now we are starting to develop a little bit of structure that would indicate that maybe price wants to head up. Okay, now again, for me, the thing that's standing in its way is for price to get above, let's call it 2337.2. And if we do manage to do that, well, we can get price back up to value area high, and ultimately up to this level here, which is settlement price. Okay, which would make for a very nice start of the week. Okay, but if we continue to respect, okay, VWAP and settlement, and are unable to break above this, right? Then the expectation is that we'll continue lower, okay? Or there's a possibility that we continue in this range, okay? So as far as hypos go, let's before we do that, let's go ahead and capture the ADR range, okay? So the fact that we have this ADR range, I'm going to go ahead and draw in anchor VWAP off of this level right here. Okay, this is the most recent level. Now where price is trying to get above this anchored VWAP. If it does manage that and get above EMA and above this daily VWAP, then again, for me, we head up to 2340, and then from there we could potentially head up all the way to settlement price, because settlement price is one of those levels that is kind of like a gravitational pull to price. Okay, it wants to bring price back because that's the last close. Okay, All right, so let's go ahead and start to capture some of these levels. So we have ADR high. Let's see if we can make that a little bit bigger. All right, so we go ADR high here at, what is this? Way up here at 2367.1, 2367.1. We have ADR low at 2329.9, 2329.9, 2329.9. We have settlement price at 2349.1. All right, so we'll move this up here a little bit. Okay, we're going to turn off ADR here, and we're going to turn on ASR, or average session range. Okay, and pretty much it's right on top of this demand zone. Okay, so we have a couple of confluence areas there. So we have ASR high here, ASR high, which is what's that? 2353.7, 2353.7, not 53, 23. Okay, ASR low. ASR low is 2332, 2332.2. All right. Okay. So like I said, okay. So these are our levels. Now we've already kind of just to kind of summarize what we kind of concluded here, right? So I would be inclined, okay, if price were to close above EMA and this daily VWAP for opportunity long that could take me initially to 2340, assuming that it can get above that, could take me all the way up to settlement price and potentially up to ASR or ADR high. Okay, that's probably my first hypo. All right, my second hypo would be that price, continues to stay below, right, and I get a break below this, okay, below this structure, and we head lower. That is what this price action is telling us. Okay, it's only during London that price stalled from moving lower. Okay, so if I'm bearish, this would be a logical area, but the fact that I have a green bar and I have this demand area, okay, it's causing me to hesitate to participate, right? I need to see some sort of bearish bar here to the right below some of these reference levels to give me the confidence that yes, we do have support for this move to continue lower. All right. Okay, I think that is what I have for gold. I'm going to take a peek here and see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions. What I do see is a need for some likes. I see 22 participants in the room and only 6 likes. So guys, again, I'm not, if what the information is not resonating, all well and good. But if it is, I would very much appreciate if you could hit the like button. Okay, hit the like button, and we'll move on to platinum. All right. All right. So platinum. Okay. I don't know if this is kind of a precursor of what we could expect for gold, but I think the fact that when we start to look at these markets that have kind of a, how we say, correlation of some sort, okay, correlation of some sort, it could give us a sneak peek of what we could potentially expect in the other instrument. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the daily here on this. This is a relatively new market to me. All right, so but I thought, having gotten a number of requests to include that, so I've accommodated here. Okay, so all right, so we are, kind of, and I would say this is less rangy, I guess, than gold, right? We do see that we have, a slow grind to the upside. Okay, we the only structure that we broke into, the side that we broke in is to the upside. Okay, so we have yet to make a new low on the daily chart in platinum. Okay, we're right up against the level here, the 233-day EMA, nice reference level for us to potentially be witnesses of another move higher. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the daily. All right, 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we have, I'm going to turn off initial balance. All right, so we have a developing bullish engulfing here, okay, against the nice, kind of, I don't know, 1, 2 triple bottom here. All right, okay, so if we do get price to close above this level here at 966.5, we can easily get up to this 233-day EMA on the 4-hour. We are already above settlement price. Okay, so we're gonna looking a bit bullish. Okay, assuming, especially if we manage to get above this pivot. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, so 30-minute chart. I'm going to start with my fixed range volume profile. Okay, let's open that up here. So with fixed range volume profile, we'll locate the, again, same opening time here. Drag this across. Okay, not to Sunday, but to Friday, 4:30. Okay, here we are. So we did, and then we'll go ahead and open up initial balance. Okay, so we did open inside value, but we immediately broke it to the upside. Now we have a developing candle, right? That is, if we do close above, then we are witnessing some initiative price action to the upside. Now we've reached this settlement. We've reached settlement, not settlement price. We've reached EMA. Okay, the 233-day EMA. We are working to get above settlement. We are already above VWAP. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add a kind of an anchor VWAP here to the bottom, because I see that we have kind of a double bottom, kind of like a W pattern here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and open up ADR. Right. We're coming off an ADR level. Okay, to the upside. Now, where can price go? Well, if we do get above this, then I don't see any reason why platinum can't get up to 975.3 from its current price. Okay, all right. Now our job is to find a reference level. Okay, that will allow us to get long and manage our risk. Okay, well, we have EMA. Right, we have the IB high. Okay, so if price manages to get above either of those, then we have a reference level that we can lean on a little bit. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and call out these levels before we move on. Before we move on to the crude oil market. Okay, so AR levels. So we'll say ADR high here. Okay, ADR high is 975, 975.4. ADR low is 951.6. 951.6. We have settlement at 958.6. 958.6. And then let's go ahead and close off ADR and open up ASR. And we're already exceeding ASR. Again, a good indication that we might be in a sustained auction to the upside. Okay, so 959.3. Okay, and then on the bottom we have 941.2, 941.2. Okay, all right. So now that we have our levels, what are some of our hypos? Well, we have a bullish hypo already in flight here. Okay, if we do manage to close above settlement, okay, and above ASR, the only thing that remains us from heading higher up to some ADR levels, okay, is this EMA, here, okay? So that's one bullish scenario. If we are of the opinion that we're somewhat bearish, well, we're at a level now, okay, this EMA level. The question is, I would like to see, so we get a little adjustment here. I would like to see, something in the way of a bearish candle for me to align myself in that kind of opportunity. Okay. Ideally, would like to see maybe a higher price in order to potentially fade the market back. Okay. So that would be a bearish scenario in platinum. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that we can leave it at that for now. I'll be keen on seeing exactly how price. I guess assuming I'm looking to see how this initial balance range creates itself, and then from there decide on which direction they plan on taking the market. Right now, it feels like it wants to head higher. Okay, we've already gotten a reaction away from ADR. We've gotten price above settlement and the daily VWAP, and now we're basically testing this pivot up here. If we do get above this pivot, then there's no reason for me to think that we can't get back up um, to ADR here. I don't see anything in its way. Again, the same ADR level that we're talking about is also some supply zone up here as well. So we have some confluence there. All right. All right, so that's platinum. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to crude oil. Okay, we're just kind of moving our way through these markets. We're going to go ahead and start with the weekly. Okay, just to get a feel for what direction is the market trying to go? Okay, what direction? That's kind of the answer that we're trying to answer. That's the question we're trying to answer as we review these higher time frames. Okay, so looking at this, okay, we are kind of not, in this range. Okay, okay, we've been in this kind of range on the top end 95, on the bottom end 70. Okay, so no real definitive direction, but we do remain above this EMA level, right? Indicating that we could see another swing higher, right? Now, the swing higher could be a lot more significant if we do get above 86.46 or say 86.50, right? Because I do see that we are at the very slightest, I guess we can make an argument that we're seeing both on both sides, right? Higher highs, okay, higher highs and higher lows, okay. This almost feels like more like a pennant pattern, okay. So we can see that this is kind of a little triangle pattern here, right? So and so it's in some sort of consolidation at the moment, right? Not really, but we're coming to the point of the triangle. So expect that we will at least get some sort of move along this range, right? The height or the width of this, okay? We just don't know which direction it's going to be, all right? Daily chart. Daily chart. So let's remove some of these lines. Okay. Daily chart. So we are below this EMA, right? For me, the way I look at this EMA, this 233-day EMA, I'm bullish above, bearish below. Okay. I guess I did see that, Frizu. I was kind of a little hesitant to call that out because I felt like the I don't know, is it the right shoulder felt a little high to me. Okay, that right shoulder felt a little high. All right, right. So if we treat it as this way, maybe okay. Maybe if you told me that this was the top of the left, oops, that's not what I want to do. If you were to tell me that this is the top of the left shoulder, okay, and this is the top of the right shoulder, okay, oops, and this was the head, then maybe, okay. When I was initially looking at it, I was looking at this as probably the left shoulder, but now that I look at it again, I guess I do see your head and shoulder pattern, okay. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the daily. Okay, so here we are. So we're kind of nestled in right underneath this EMA level. Okay, we are kind of nestled in below this EMA level. Really, to get any legs on this bullish price action that we're seeing here, we really need to get above 80. Okay, right. What I do see is that we seem to be accumulating. I guess we seem to be accepting higher prices here. Okay. We're not seeing much in the way of reaction. Okay, well, I guess there's a little bit of a balance, right? There's both buying and selling, but sellers have not been able to take the market back, I guess, right? We've had a series of bullish prices. 4-hour. Okay, so we were talking about earlier. Okay, so we're right below this EMA level. We've created kind of a some sort of price action that would indicate that maybe we are looking to head higher here. Okay, we have not quite the bottoms of the bottoms, but we're certainly reacting off of this demand zone. Okay, again, if we do get above 79 or 80 in this case, right? If we do get above this level, I would be inclined, okay, to look for longs in crude oil. Okay, 30-minute chart. Okay, we're going to stretch this out, make this nice and wide. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit the fixed range volume profile. All right, and let's locate the 9 a.m. bar Eastern. Drag that to the 4:30 bar, and the market is technically open now. So we did open below value, okay, below settlement. All right, okay, so 30-minute, even though we were starting to see some signs that maybe the market could be headed higher, on the 30-minute chart, we've reacted off some levels, not to the bullish side, but actually to the bearish side. We have a bearish engulfing against a settlement price, which could be an indication. I'll get my arrow here. Right, could be an indication we could see price, heading back to this level, right, or at least back to VWAP before we continue higher, right? We did make a new high, but once we made a new high, we got a reaction, right, down, okay, off of settlement. Now, for me to really kind of restore this, we would need to see a new high here at 78.56. Price we need to get above 78.56. So let's go ahead and open up ADR, see where with respect to ADR. So we're kind of in the middle, right? We're not at one end, unlike gold, right? We're kind of in the middle of the range. We're hovering around settlement price and above daily VWAP. Okay, so I'm going to look, and we're also above EMA. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an anchored VWAP at the, I guess, most recent pivot that I see, and the most recent pivot that I see, and it's also the area where Bigfoot made a sighting, conviction bar, right here at I guess what was that, like 3 in the morning Eastern time. Okay, we got this bar here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a little anchored VWAP off of this candle here, and assuming that we can get price to remain above this anchored VWAP, we're starting to see it slope, then that might give us an opportunity for price to continue higher. Okay, if it does close below, then that could be an indication that we might be in this kind of range behavior, or that price could continue lower because we are reacting off settlement, right? So let's go ahead and call out some of these levels. So we got ADR high here at let's call it 78.90. All right, 78.90. All right, we got ADR low at what is that? 77.33. You got settlement at 78.45. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here for a second and turn on ASR. And we have some revised levels here. So we have 78.53. Okay, ASR to the downside, 78.53. And then to the upside, we have a full nice round number of 79. Okay, so what are some hypos? Well, we've talked about a couple, right, already, right? So one hypo, okay, that we have, let's go ahead and turn off ASR here for a second. We'll turn off ADR. Okay, one hypo is that we remain in this kind of bullish price action that we've been seeing of late, right? And we continue to stay up. If we do continue to stay above, then these levels down here, daily VWAP and anchor VWAP, could provide us a reference level for continuation in price higher. Okay, if I'm of the opinion that I'm bearish, let's go ahead and turn on initial balance here. Okay, so we are in a relatively small initial balance range. If I'm bearish, well, I have a level now, okay, where price has not been able to get above. Okay, so it's kind of developing a little bit of a demand zone, not demand, but a supply zone here. Okay, for a continuation move to the downside. Okay, but I'd like to see price get below VWAPs. Okay, right, for a potential move down to say EMA and maybe all the way down to ADR low. All right. So that's kind of what we're in right now. I mean, we do have some indication that maybe price. So we have a little bit of conflicting information, I guess I would say. We do have a series of a swing that's giving us higher highs and higher lows. So in order for us to maintain that, well, we need a higher high. And if we do have a higher high, then we open up the opportunity here to reach ADR and beyond. Okay. If we manage not to close above, and we start to see maybe some candles that would indicate that it's losing a little bit of strength, okay, like some of these kind of candles, losing a little bit of strength, then we could see price headed lower. Okay, may not be in the cards as I watch this candle here. Okay, but in any case, what I need is price to get above this level in order to open this opportunity up higher. Okay. All right. I think that's it for crude oil. I'm going to take a peek to see if there's any questions. I'm going to go ahead and move to RBOB, our newest member to the list of analysis. Okay. So RBOB, we're going to take a quick peek here at the weekly chart. Okay, weekly chart, again, trying to get a feel for what direction the market is trying to head or move to. I'm going to turn off the initial balance. We're going to turn off ADR here for a second. Okay, and we're just trying to get a feel for the market here. All right, well, this looks far more rangy. Okay, we're kind of ranging between 295 or actually 3 down to 2. All right, 2 to 3. Right, on the weekly chart, we are above EMA, okay, but we've been here before, which could lead us to further, price action higher. Okay, all right. If we do get below this, then my opinion might change here a little bit. But we have been kind of ranging around the EMAs while providing some level of support, right? It's been kind of rangy. Right, on the weekly. Daily chart. Okay, so daily chart, we are below some of these levels again, to that same level that we were talking about on the weekly. We're below it on the daily. Okay, EMA, we're below it right here. Okay, below this EMA level, we have developed a little bit of structure here that would indicate that we might be getting some legs to the upside, but we still remain below, right? So ideally, to kind of free ourselves from this price structure to the downside, we need to see price get above what is this, 251 ish, 252.50, somewhere in that range. Okay, basically we need a new high. Okay, right now on the daily we just see structure that would indicate that we are in a bearish channel. Okay, this is what I see. As long as we stay in this level, then I have to think bearish. Okay, if price manages to get above and close above, then we start to break some structure to the upside. For now, daily looks a bit bearish to me. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, same channel that we had drawn. Okay, we are getting a little bit of price structure that would indicate that we might be headed higher here or lower, which is a little bit of a, I would say, kind of a triangle pattern here. Okay, so we have a kind of a triangle pattern, boom here, and another triangle on the opposite end of the triangle here. So what I do know is that there might be a pretty significant move in store in RBOB. Okay, we are in this triangle pattern, and whatever move we do make could be the width of the mouth of this triangle here. Okay, what we don't know is whether it's going to be up to the upside or whether it's going to be to the downside. That we don't know. What we do know is that we're in a bearish channel at the moment. Okay, all right, 30-minute chart. Okay, I'm going to turn off some of these drawings. Okay, stretch this out a little bit. All right, and we're going to do our fixed range volume profile. Fixed range volume profile, we're going to locate the bar from Friday. Okay, drag that across to the close of Friday. All right, there we are. So we're inside value. Right, inside value indicates that we could be in range. We could be in store from some range price action. All right, in RBOB. Right, we are above EMA. We are technically above the daily VWAP and above settlement price. Okay, this could all indicate that price could continue to head higher. Okay, that's what this is telling me. The reference levels are telling me that price can continue higher. All right, so let's call out some of these levels. We'll call out ADR high. Okay, ADR high is what is this? 241.89, 241.89. We got ADR low at 2.3.691, 2.36, 89, 93. Okay, we got settlement at 2. What is this? 238.77, 2.3877 is settlement. And then we'll turn off ADR here and open up ASR. And we have already, looks like we've already reached one of these levels. Actually, we'll just go ahead and use the new one, revised one, 241.62, 2.4162, 62, and then we have 237.14. 237.14. All right. So, what to make of this market, right? Well, let's turn off initial balance. Turn on it, initial balance, I should say. All right. So right now, I would say a bullish scenario. I mean, we're starting again seeing price above some of these levels. Okay, so we have price above settlement, price above VWAP, price above EMA. Okay, if we do manage to get above this 240 level, 240, 240.84, then we could head up to ADR high, okay, which is up here at 241.69. Actually, no, higher than that, 241.85. Okay, so that's a bullish scenario. Now, once we get up to some of these levels, either this ASR level or this ADR level, that could provide us an opportunity for a reversal trade, bearish trade, right? Kind of keen on seeing exactly how this initial balance range ends up. We have about 10 minutes from that happening, and then so we'll have to see, you know, if it extends to the upside, there's some areas here that could cause price to come down. All right. If price manages obviously to get down to this level, this would be kind of a prime location to support a long. Okay. But right now, if I had to lean one direction, I would probably lean bullish, but I would say that I need to see price close above this 240.71 level before I can kind of embrace it wholeheartedly. Okay. Otherwise, I feel like this candle here, whoever came into the market at this level right here, that could lead to price heading lower. Okay. We cannot make a new high, then there's a possibility that we continue lower and try to see if we can locate some buyers lower in the market. Okay. All right. So that's our Bob. Let's go ahead and close out this review here with the equities. Okay. Kind of coming into the so equities. No surprise here, guys. We continue to make new highs in the equity market. Right. We closed out the week rather strong. Right now we're on the top of the tops. Developing the start of the week kind of a doji candle. Really no conviction either way. But we are very much in a bullish market. All right. Daily chart. Daily chart, same story. Turn some of these things off here. Okay. So same story, right? Very much in a bullish move, right? This gap here is kind of a little bit artificial because that's because of rollover. All right. Okay. But still very much in the bullish market. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, okay, kind of been ranging of late. Okay, ranging of late. Right, we're starting to see some indications. Maybe, well, we have a developing bearish candle at the moment. Okay, but we're still 8 minutes or so away from the open of the market here. Okay, so we have a bearish engulfing on the top of the market. The question is this going to be the candle that's going to cause price maybe to retrace here a bit? Okay, but the market remains bullish. Okay, we haven't really broken any structure to the downside. Right, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. You know, we're starting to see maybe we've hit our head here once, twice, a third time. Okay, kind of in a range at the moment, right? Trying to figure out exactly where they want to take this market. We are at settlement. Okay, we're reacting off the settlement, but we are below VWAP. Okay, so right now I'm kind of inclined to draw an anchored VWAP at this push higher. If we are going to, I guess, return bullish, then I'd like to see price get above both the daily and the anchor VWAP. All right. So let's open up fixed range volume profile. Let's see what that has to say here. let's go ahead and go back here, drag this across to here. All right, so we are above value. All right, no surprise. Shouldn't be a surprise, right? Based on the how prices have moved in the equities. Okay, so let's go ahead and call out some of these levels. So we will go. So we'll go ADR high here, and is what? ADR high is this 20,000 level. Wow, who would have thought we'd reach 20,000? 20,060. All right. ADR low. ADR low is 19,847. Okay, 19,847. I think there's some change there. 847.25. Okay. Okay, settlement price we have 19,945.50. We have, let's go ahead and close off ADR here, and we'll open up ASR. Okay, so we already kind of reached the top of ASR, but that might get adjusted here on the open, right, in about 5 minutes. So we've crossed this 19,939. Okay, 19,939.50, and then we have 19,739 on the low side, ASR. 19,739. Okay, so what to make of this market? Well, it appears to me that we are going to open above, and we are reacting. We are also above settlement price. Okay, I would suspect that we are going to come back to potentially value area high. And value area high would be a level for me to participate in any sort of potential long. Now, I still need to see some sort of 15-minute candle that would indicate that that's going to take place. Okay, right? So I need to see price. If price comes down to this level, value area high, it gives me a 15-minute candle that would indicate that maybe we kind of return to this bullish move. Okay, if we do manage to close back inside value, then we could have a full rotation of price through value, right? So that's that would be more of a bearish scenario. Obviously, the ADR highs and ADR lows, okay, right, could offer me some locations here for a buy, up here for a short. Okay, right now it seems to be ranging, so kind of trying to figure out exactly what direction it wants to move. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the NASDAQ. Let's close out the day with the ES. Okay, again, we'll take a peek. We won't. We'll go straight to the daily. Again, guys, we're kind of up at new levels here. Turn up some of these things here for now. All right, so we're in the midst of rollover. Okay, as Shark Trend is mentioning, he's not going to move to the new contract until Wednesday, which is fair. Okay, but this is kind of artificial. All right, this kind of move here is a little bit artificial. This gap is created by rollover. All right, so for our chart, again, similar kind of action that we were seeing on the NASDAQ. We're kind of trying to figure out exactly where we want to take this market. The only thing out of all these candles, the candle that kind of stands out to me is this candle here, right? This candle here of all the rest, okay, is pretty strong, okay, and the bulls haven't really responded with anything in kind, okay. So I don't know if that's a foreshadowing of what's to come for today. I'm not sure, but I do see that there was somebody who took a stab at a short here during London. Okay, all right, and he may still be around. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, again, not really telling us all that different. There's kind of our circle series of bearish candles that we had here at the start of the London session. We'll go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile here. All right, fixed range volume profile. We'll locate the 630 candle or 930 candle here. Sorry guys, I have to kind of make this mental note to myself all the time, do this kind of conversion on my head, and sometimes I overlook the fact that I'm talking to folks in the central time frame and Eastern time frame, so I have to do that mental gymnastics all the time with conversion. All right, so where are we here? Okay, well, let's remove this circle here because I think that's not really telling us a whole lot. So we are right up against value. Okay, value area high from Friday. Okay, if we've already gotten a close inside it on the 30-minute chart. Okay, now if we do break below, again, we could potentially have a value area acceptance. Okay, value area acceptance that would take us all the way down to value area low. Okay, so that's one scenario. And we have both settlement and VWAP that are somewhat supportive of that view. Okay, anchored VWAP as well. Okay, there it is. Okay, anchored VWAP, the daily VWAP, and settlement price are all telling us the same. Okay, so the market just opened. All right, we just had the first minute take place here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. All right, initial balance is being formed here. Okay, so let's go ahead and call out these levels. Again, guys, I do not want to take too much of your time as the markets are opening up here. 55.17, 75 is our ADR high. ADR low is 54. No, this is not ADR. This is ASR. 54.72. 54.72.25. Okay, these are ASR levels. Okay, I'm going to turn off ASR and turn on ADR. ADR has us at 55.24. Yeah, 55.24. ADR high, 55.24. ADR low is 54.76. 54.76 ADR low. Okay, settlement is 55.0350. 55.0350. All right. Initial balance we've opened. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not getting initial balance at the moment. All right, so maybe this is the bottom end of that range. Yeah, we should be 2 minutes into the initial balance range. There it is. I guess this is the initial balance. Let's turn this off. Turn this on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's our initial balance range. Okay, looks like we might be headed for a full rotation, maybe at least down to point of control, and maybe all the way through value area low. Okay, in the ES. Okay, so that's one scenario. If I'm bullish in the market, well, I have ADR low here as a reference level to support a long. But for now, look, it appears if we do get a close above this, then we could be headed for a full rotation through value here. Okay, but that's kind of my bearish view. I'm just kind of watching as this buying wick is developing. Okay, so in any case, I would need to see a close. Okay, a close of some kind below this level, whether it's a 5-minute or or something along those lines for me to kind of embrace that. Otherwise, if I am of the opinion that this market is going to get higher, and that's would be aligned with our higher time frame, I would need to see price get above some of these VWAP levels, right? I would need to see price get above this daily VWAP, this anchor VWAP, and potentially up and through this settlement price, okay, in order to embrace the longs. Where we can go from there, well, that's could be entirely new territory, right? We can head up back up to the highs, all right, the 5508 and potentially beyond. Okay, all right. I think that's it, guys. I think that's what I have here for the markets. Again, don't be shy with the likes, and if you're not a subscriber, you're welcome to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified when I do these analysis. I do apologize that I went a little bit over my goal here of closing out this analysis before the markets. We'll do better next time. But with the addition of 2 additional instruments, hopefully that's well received. And let me know. Let me know in the comments whether it's something that you resonate with, whether it's some analysis that you would like me to continue to do or not, and I'll adjust accordingly. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for me. Be patient on Monday. Okay. Trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. I'll see you, some of you in the coaches room, and others I'll see you in group coaching later this afternoon. Until then, again, trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. Have a good one.